Good morning, seventh grade. We are nearing the last 2 weeks of school. We are down to only 9 days. That's super exciting. As you will see, this week I did not create a new folder for the week of the 18th through Friday. And the reason for that is because you're still going to be working on that essay that will be due at the end of this week. Okay, so um, not yesterday, last Friday, we started with you had a Flipgrid assignment over one of the text of your choice that you needed to complete, and all the instructions and the video for how to do it are here. So if you missed class or if you forgot how to do it, there's a video on how to do the Flipgrid. There is the lesson slideshow, and then there's actually the link to the Flipgrid, and I have a sample Flipgrid video for you to watch. So all of that is there. You shouldn't have any questions if you watch all of those videos and my sample video. Then last Friday, we started by organizing our claim and our topic sentences for our essay. Remember, this essay is informative, so that is our purpose. We've been talking about an author's purpose can be informing, persuading, or entertaining. And our essay is going to be an informative essay where we talk about 3 of the 10 stories that we've read, and how in each of those stories, a character has to overcome an obstacle using a variety of strategies. You get to use your text evidence log to pick the best part of your text evidence log. If you don't have very much information for one story, don't pick that story. But if you have a really good strategy, text evidence, and reasoning, then use that for your story of your choice. So what you're going to do, this is kind of a review for those who were in class on Friday, but what you're going to be doing is opening up this graphic organizer, okay? And once we get there, hang on. I'm realizing it's not showing up. Hang on. Let me go. I'm going to go first to the essay. This is the sample essay of what it would look like. And our essential question is not how do people manage stress. Our essential question is how do people overcome adversity or obstacles, okay? And what you're going to do is put your name, period 1, Mrs. Benitez, and then the date. And we talked about you can start with a hook that is an anecdote, like a short story. This is a sample of a short story. It's made up, but it's about how someone might go through stress in the morning. It could be I did a short story for mine. I did one about how I actually fell out of a boat when I was in preschool, and that started kind of my fear for water, but now I've overcome that because my mom put me in swim lessons. It could be as serious as adversity as you would like to share in your hook, but we're going to try and make our hook like a short little blurb or story. You're not going to continue with this story the rest of your essay. It's just to start off and get the reader's attention. Then you kind of make a bridge. You kind of say how everyone overcomes or everyone has adversity or hardships in their life, right? And connect, what does your hook mean? Like, why did you include that story? And then you end your intro with your claim. People can overcome adversity through 3 different strategies, and you use your text evidence log to find those 3 strategies. Then you split your claim up into your 3 body paragraphs. So if this sample essay was talking about specifically stress, their first strategy was meditating. So this topic sentence should be talking about the strategy of meditating with text evidence and reasoning. The next body paragraph should talk about the strategy of managing their time. Notice how in the sample essay they use really good transitions like next or another strategy, or you could even say furthermore, okay? Managing time with text evidence and reasoning. And for your reasoning, you're really saying, why is this strategy important? How was this strategy effective for this character in the story? And maybe how could people in general use this strategy for any hardship or obstacle that they have? So those are the 3 things you want to be focusing on in your reasoning, okay? And if you need to, pause this video and replay what I just said there. Lastly, in the sample essay, the third strategy they said was maintaining healthy habits. So that means the third body paragraph should be talking about the last strategy, which was healthy habits. Okay. And in each of these paragraphs, after they have the topic sentence, notice that they then begin with introducing the title of the story or article that they will be giving or providing text evidence from. Okay. And having a little background information about the article or story. Okay. Then they introduce who's talking in the article. You might want to say, for example, or for instance, use a transition. In the article, Dr. Baker states or says. Okay. And then the reasoning. Lastly, you're going to have your conclusion where you restate your claim with a different word choice. So go back up to your claim, which is your 3 strategies of how people can overcome adversity. Go back down to your conclusion and simply restate it. Remember, you want to start with transition words like finally, lastly, in conclusion, and oops, sorry, I wasn't there, or overall. And then you want to explain why are these strategies important in the first place, not just for these stories, but just overall in life. And lastly, you want to leave the reader with something to think about. That's called a mic drop. You could end with a question, you could end with a connection back to your hook or story, but something to leave the reader on a good note, and you want to mic drop, okay? So this is the sample essay that I want you to really focus on using. Some of you might just be able to start without a graphic organizer. I think that's why we didn't link it right away. We started our own Google Doc for this. The rubric is right here for how you will be assessed. You can take a look at that. I'll just lead you through what a 4 would look like. The introduction is engaging, and it's going to have a hook or an anecdote, a little short story that includes a clear claim. Claim is the same word as a thesis. That's when you're saying, here are the 3 strategies people use to overcome obstacles. Your 3 strategies are connected to your text evidence log that you filled out. That's where you're getting your text evidence from, is your text evidence log. So it shouldn't be any trouble for you to go get your text evidence log. Then your conventions. Then your conventions are your grammar. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're checking your spelling and your punctuation. You want to make sure that you are citing your text evidence with multiple 3 different texts for 3 different body paragraphs. Then you want to make sure that you have direct evidence. So you're saying, for example, comma, in the story The Circuit by Francisco Jimenez, the character Panchito says, so you want to have all those lead-ins. And then you have really good reasoning again. Why is the strategy important? How is it effective for your character? And how can it be used in daily living? All right, so there's the rubric there. What we did last Friday is we just started a blank Google Doc to get going on this essay, and really using the informative sample to copy as we go. You're not copying word for word what they say, you're using it to copy the structure of the essay. I will link this graphic organizer for those of you who would like more of a structure. I know some of you could probably do better without a graphic organizer. I do better when I'm not having to write in boxes. I feel like I have more choice and freedom. But I really want you to make sure you have all the necessary things in this essay by checking yourself with a sample. That was a lot of information. So what you need to have by Friday is as much as you can done of this essay, whether you choose to write it in the graphic organizer or on your own Google Doc. Either way, if you don't use the graphic organizer, you need to share your Google Doc with me. So I'm going to stop this video. That was a lot of information. So go back and pause or, re-listen to parts that maybe you need to look at. And we will reconvene on Friday. Have a great week of learning. I'll see you in 2 days.